Picture a Denny's diner, San Jose, California, 1993. 3 engineers, Jensen Huang, Chris Malachowski, and Curtis Preem, are sitting in a booth. Coffee, napkins. A crazy idea. They want to build a chip. Not just any chip. A chip that can handle graphics so fast that it changes how people interact with computers. No office. No investors. No guarantee this works. Just a napkin, a vision, and a man who would run on one unbreakable rule his entire life. That man is Jensen Huang. That company became NVIDIA. And today, as of May 2026, NVIDIA's market cap sits at nearly $5 trillion. That makes it the most valuable company on the planet. Not just in tech, the whole planet. So what is the rule? It is not a secret formula. It is not a meditation app. It is not a 5 a.m. cold plunge. It is simple, almost too simple. I begin each morning by doing my highest priority work first. I have a very clear priority list, and I start from the highest priority work first. Jensen Huang, CEO, NVIDIA, that is the 10-minute rule. And it built an empire. Jensen Huang was born in Taiwan. He came to the United States as a child. His early years were not glamorous. He cleaned toilets. He washed dishes. He worked in kitchens before he ever worked in boardrooms. He earned a degree in electrical engineering from Oregon State University, then a master's from Stanford. He co-founded NVIDIA in 1993 at the age of 30. He has been CEO ever since. Over 30 years. In those 3 decades, NVIDIA went from a gaming graphics company to the backbone of artificial intelligence. Today, Jensen Huang manages a company that controls roughly 92% of the data center GPU market, the chips that power every major AI system on Earth, from ChatGPT to Google's, Gemini to Meta's A1 models. He wears a black leather jacket in every public appearance, no watch. He says now is the most important time. That line tells you everything about how he thinks. Here is what Jensen Huang does every single morning without fail, before he checks his phone, before he opens his email, before he walks into a meeting. He does the most important work on his list first. Not the easiest task, not the most urgent email, the highest priority item. That is it. He spoke about this at the California Institute of Technology graduation ceremony. He told the graduates that this one habit, doing your highest priority work first, creates a psychological shift that changes your entire day. Before I even get to work, my day is already a success. I've already completed my most important work and can dedicate my day to helping others. Jensen Huang. Think about what that means. Most people start their day by reacting, emails, Slack messages, notifications, news. By 9 a.m., they have done nothing they actually wanted to do. They have only responded to what other people wanted from them. Jensen flips that. He says in one interview, I try really hard not to have Outlook manage my life. His first 90 minutes every morning are untouched. No pings, no interruptions. Pure thinking work, strategic work. The work that actually moves the needle. When people apologize for interrupting him later in the day, he says, I have plenty of time. And he means it, because his real work is already done. That mental shift from scarcity to abundance is the entire philosophy behind the rule. Jensen Huang's morning rule is not isolated. It connects directly to how he runs NVIDIA. Most large companies are slow. They have layers of management. Information travels up and down through filters. By the time a CEO hears about a problem, the problem is already old. Jensen dismantles all of that. He has approximately 60 direct reports. Not 5, not 10, 60. He holds no routine one-on-one meetings. 0. Instead, he gathers everyone in the same room, small groups for specific problems, or large forums where every leader hears the same information at the same time. I don't do one-on-ones. Almost everything I say to everybody at the same time. I don't believe there's any information that only 1 or 2 people should hear. Jensen Huang, he also uses a system called Top 5 Things. Leaders across NVIDIA send him weekly updates, the 5 most important things they are working on. Jensen reads every single one. He says, strategy isn't what I say, it's what my employees do. That is a man who starts every morning already ahead and then spends the rest of the day seeing reality clearly, without layers in the way. Now look at what this actually produced. In January 2024, NVIDIA crossed $1 trillion in market cap. By late 2024, it hit $3 trillion. In April 2026, it became the first company in history to close above $5 trillion. For fiscal year 2026's fourth quarter, ending January 2026, NVIDIA reported revenue of $68.1 billion. That is a 73% jump year over year. For the next quarter, management projected $78 billion in revenue. That is 77% growth. year over year. At the GPU Technology Conference in March 2026, Jensen Huang told the audience that NVIDIA will generate at least $1 trillion just from the sale of Blackwell and Vera Rubin chips by end of 2027. He said, in fact, we are going to be short. I am certain computing demand will be much higher than that. This is a company that was nearly dead in the 1990s. Headcount was cut from 100 employees to 40. Jensen stood in front of his surviving team and told them directly, we were 30 days away from going out of business. He kept that same urgency. 30 years later, he still runs NVIDIA like every day could be the last. I do everything I can not to go out of business, he said in a recent interview. I do everything I can not to fail. The man who cleans his desk before the world wakes up built the most valuable company alive. You do not need to run a $5 trillion company to use this rule. The 10-minute rule is not about time, it is about order. What is the most important thing you need to do today? Not the most urgent, not the one someone else asked for, the one that actually matters to your project, your goal, your life. Do that first, before you open a single notification. Jensen Huang works 7 days a week. He told Stripe CEO Patrick Collison, when I'm not working, I'm thinking about work. That is not a lifestyle most people want. That is fine. But the principle scales down perfectly. Spend your first 10 focused minutes before the noise on the one thing that matters most that day. That is the whole rule. Jensen Huang did not build in NVIDIA in a day. He did it one morning at a time for 30 years, starting each day already ahead. NVIDIA started on a Denny's napkin in 1993. Today it sits at nearly $5 trillion. Between those 2 points is one man, one leather jacket, and one simple rule. Do the most important thing first. No email, no notification, no one else's agenda, just the work that actually matters. Every morning, without exception. What is the one thing you need to do first tomorrow morning? Drop it in the comments. Let's talk about it. And if you want more stories about the people and decisions shaping the world's biggest industries, hit subscribe. We cover the real moves, not the headlines. See you in the next one.